You are stressed today. Well, not just today, but for the last several months. Well, I have a friend here today that wanted to share his testimonial of how he actually has combated that stress over these last few months with all the things that have been going on in the world, but also in his life. So this is my good friend Dave Reagan, and he wanted to share his testimonial with his experience with Shape Reclaim and how it's modified his life. So Dave, just share with the audience a little bit about what your experience has been while you've been on the Shape Reclaim program.
Number one thing was ease. I did it with my wife, of course. We both decided it was time. We were both not feeling well, tired all the time, stressful not only at home but at work. We both switched jobs. She had switched jobs to working from home, so not as much activity for her. I switched jobs from factory life to retail life. It's just a lot of changes. We put a lot of weight on. We had resorted to drinking, eating.
For comfort.
Yeah, for comfort.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
coping with stuff too, right?
With stuff.
Yeah. Huge lifestyle changes
that
took place for you guys.
Yeah, and it in June, through my whole life has helped me, and I've been on the yo-yo, you know that. Tried a lot of things. I went from when I was younger, I was always thicker, heavier, never been skinny. Yeah. But I always felt pretty good when I was younger, and as I've aged and stress set in, and my hormones changed, and just didn't feel good every day. You know, it was hard to get out of bed some days. I just didn't feel well, and I feel like I brought back into my life. I'm in control of how I feel, what I eat, what I put in my body, and how I treat my body is how the next day feels. So
sure,
I've learned to be in control.
Now you're back in kind of the state of mind to have some clarity again and have some direction.
Yep.
So would you say this helped structure that?
Very much.
Help you with that?
Yeah.
So now that you actually are reestablished some structure, some stability, where you feel like you are in control, as opposed to before just basically bad habits over and over, kind of like repeat type of situation.
Yeah, I learned that I'm in control of what I put in my body.
Sure.
And the drops helped the clarity right away. First week it was amazing. My wife and I both shared the same experience. It's almost like you wake up. Before, I'd never want to get out of bed in the morning, and I'm on, I'd say, kind of phase 2 now.
Yep.
Where I've learned that I'm ready to tackle the day before my alarm would be going off 7 o'clock to 7:15. I'm late for work, running, always behind, kids late for school. Now I go to bed at 10 o'clock. By 4:35 a.m. I feel like I've slept well. I'm up and at 'em. I have my coffee, sit with Dawn, my wife, and we can enjoy a conversation. I'm not so rushed. I get to spend time with my daughter. It was never like that before, and that's just in a few short months with this program to get me reset and back to how I should be.
You know, so what he shared with you is really getting some zest for life back again. I won't support the coffee. He's worked on doing that and reducing that, so we're not going to say the stimulants are part of the program, because they're not. But he's in phase 2, like he said. So he's starting to introduce some things back into his life and seeing how his body's responding to that, so that he can really fall into the lifestyle modifications he made through phase 1 going into phase 2, and just really having that balance. So he does have some clarity, so he does have some focus, but some zest for life, the energy. You know, he told me he was out there working with his coworkers, and I said, what the heck has gotten into you? You have so much energy and vitality. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things I've heard from patients is just that zest for life that's come back. And that's a priceless thing, especially right now when everyone's under stress. They're in that sympathetic overload, that fight or flight, and it's causing their bodies to just be overwhelmed and taxed, and sort of losing that energy, physical energy, and then mental energy to want to take on the day.
Yeah, I used to, biggest thing, and you know this a lot, I sweat all the time. I mean, I'd be working, I think, just sweating.
Sure.
At work, we have upstairs, downstairs, and I'm in the shop, in the parts, body shop, sales. I'm running up and down the stairs. When I first started a year ago, I mean, I'd have chest pains coming up the stairs, winded. Okay. Now I can, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I got the energy to go. And it helped, you know, the weight loss did help, but just cleaning out my body has helped tremendously. Quit drinking all the pops and all the sugars, and you learn to survive on the good stuff. You don't need the bad stuff. I don't need the bagels, the donuts, the coffee, which I do.
Yeah, and we're like before, just trying to clean out the house a little bit, but making some huge changes. And so that's really the program is about, just recalibrating, resetting, and getting those those wins, those small wins, as he goes. It's a lifetime process, and we're just trying to kind of revert back and get him back to the driver's seat, which he's there now. So we're excited to see what kind of unfolds from here. It's been a reset for him, a cleanse for him, a detox, and with that detox, he's shed body fat too. How many pounds are you down?
My highest point was, what, like 298 probably.
Okay.
This morning I weighed 264. And I've noticed I'm in control. Your body almost adjusts as the program. You know, I started out I dropped right away maybe 10 pounds. And then Dawn and I both kind of hit a little plateau and we're like getting a little frustrated. But then we just kept with it, and then down it went, kept dropping. And then I got to the point where I can tell every day what I put in my body. If I have a really bad day and I don't eat properly, boom, I'll gain 5-6 pounds. Sure. It'll take me a week to lose that, and then I know, I'm like, man, I did that wrong, so I'm not going to let that happen again. Sure. So if I could push myself, I could go even further and faster. But I've learned to not only do this as a short-term fix, trying to change my lifestyle around and have it so it's not the yo-yo. I want to have a flat. I want to feel good. I want to feel this way all the time. Yeah. I don't want to go back to feeling like crap. And a lot of it has to do with what you put in your body. And you know, I'm not a huge exerciser. I will do it, but I don't enjoy it. Sure. Who does? Right. But you know, and I haven't even had to do that really. It's just sure. What I put in my body. And the Shape Reclaim program taught me to reset, know what I'm sensitive to, sure. What I'm not sensitive to. Right. You know, I got off a lot of my medications. Man, I was taking so many. I've had back pains, neck pains, pain pills. Slowly, I'm down to hardly anything anymore. You know, I used to ibuprofen, yeah. Tylenol. I just felt like crap all the time. So that helped me reset that and kind of cleanse that out too as well. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't easy. I shouldn't say it was easy to do, but it was hard to mentally think you need that stuff. Like I would get up in the morning thinking I need to take 4 ibuprofen because I'm gonna feel like crap, and I don't have that anymore. That's one huge advantage. Yeah,
decrease inflammation. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. And the bloat too is reduced. The abdominal bloat's reduced as well. So I'm excited to see how things continue to unfold for him. Like he said, it's a lifestyle change. We're going to continue down this journey together. Just want to share with you a little bit today. This guy's been under a lot of stress and transition in the last couple of years, and so it's worked well for him in making that transition to recalibrate, to put him back in the driver's seat. So I'm excited that it's helped him modify his life and his family's life. So I want to look forward to the opportunity I have with you as well, to give the same stories or even more stories with your experience. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you to see how I can help you on your health journey.
One thing I can recommend too is have it be about yourself. I mean, I'm 48 years old, I'll be 48, and it's always about everybody else, but it's time to take your life back and say, I'm going to do something for me for once. Yeah. I want to do something that makes me feel good. And once you feel good, you can help everybody else feel good around you. And that's why doing it with a partner was great. And not maybe everybody can do that, but it definitely helps husbands and wives or boyfriends, girlfriends. Yeah. It's a great program to do together, and you can hold each other accountable. But it's just a good way to reset. I know people feel sorry for themselves and they don't want to do anything, and I'll wait till next week. But you know, you only live once. You might as well. Why not do it now? Let's get started, and man, you'll feel so much better.
Amen. Thanks for sharing your story.
Yes, definitely.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for all your help.
See you.